Jen. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Is this great weather or what around Okoboji?
I know.
Can you believe it?
It feels like September.
It really is. We've had no snow. We've had no rain either, which is not the best situation, but we're doing okay.
That's okay.
We've had some beautiful days.
I'll take it. I'm not going to lie.
I will too.
What are you doing this weekend?
Well, actually, Jan and I are going to run up and see our daughter and go to the Christmas Carol at the Guthrie.
Oh, fun.
That's my favorite thing to do. So we're going to go
cool.
up and see it and see Julie, and then we'll be back. So we're looking forward to it.
Very fun.
How about yourself? What are you guys up to?
Saturday I got some stuff with clients at noon, and then Saturday morning, actually, Jackson and I are going to go in. This is one of my little topics that we're going to talk about, but we'll jump ahead. At the Milford Public Library, there is a holiday open house, is what it is. So you can come and do crafts, vote on Christmas trees from 9:30 to 12:30, and it's come and go. And so I think we're going to go do that Saturday morning.
Oh, how fun!
Yeah, I'm excited.
Good. Well, you're going to have great weather to do it.
Yeah, definitely. And there's tons going on around the area this weekend.
There really is. There really is. We were just kind of making some notes and looking at some things, and on the 5th, which is Sunday, at Round Lake Winery, they're having a Christmas at the winery, and they'll have it all fixed up and decorated, and you can get a glass of wine and walk around. And again, the weather's going to be perfect, so you can be, inside, outside, that make a difference. So that'll be fun.
Which is not normal for this time of year.
That's right. Boy, isn't that the truth? I was off the subject, but I happened to get a blurb on Facebook. They always do that 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
Yeah.
I think it was 7 years ago, we had a foot of snow. Like this last week or something like that. So things are okay.
I'll take it. I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
On Saturday at Homology, there's a holiday open market too. And then I think Saturday and Sunday at the Oakwood Inn, there's a Christmas tea going on.
Yes. So there's a lot going on around the area. And then especially over the next couple, 3 weeks, there'll be all kinds of Christmas things going on. I know downtown Spirit Lake has a lot of things, and a lot of people and a lot of organizations do things. So if you get a chance, get out and about. It's really, you don't need a heavy coat, and it's really a fun time at the lake. First of all, most people are in a really good mood.
Yes, they are.
And that helps.
Yeah, it's a good time of year for that.
Good.
So last week was a holiday week, so it was kind of slow real estate-wise.
Absolutely.
I'm only showing one land parcel that sold in Milford, and then what about residential?
Well, there were basically 6 properties sold. 4 were homes, 2 were condos, again, and those were that closed. The other stat, Jen, and we don't usually talk about this, we probably should talk about it more, is there's between 25 and 30 pending homes in the area. Mm-hmm. So when we say the market's real slow, yes and no. It's not as slow as I think the perception is or in certain areas. But when you think about as small an area as we are, 25 to 30 homes, when we say pending, there's an accepted offer, and everybody's going through the due diligence to get maybe the contingencies released and all that kind of stuff to be able to close. So, this time of year, 25, 30, that's a pretty good number.
That's not bad.
That's pretty strong.
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a lot of people don't want to move in December anyway.
But I kind of feel like normally we have seasons in real estate. We're really busy in the summer and fall, and then we kind of teeter off in the winter. And it seems like the last couple of years, it just hasn't been that way.
No, it's stretched. I'm the old guy here. It wasn't that many years ago. I mean, we're talking decades. That boy, I'll tell you, once Labor Day came,
done.
You could be gone. No one would miss you. But because of all the tourism, because of all the promotion, because of all the great businesses, we've become a pretty much 12-month community around here. And that's for retail, wholesale, real estate, everything else. Sure.
What's an appraisal?
An appraisal is basically and usually it's a certified appraiser that goes into a home and tells you the value of the property in that specific time frame that's going on. And we encourage people to get, and banks almost always require, an appraisal when a home is sold.
Yes.
Especially if you're going to finance it. I mean, that's almost, so basically it's an independent person giving a value of the property at its current time.
Perfect. And so an appraisal gap then would be when the buyer pays a price above the listing price or that is higher than the market data would support. So in a multiple offer situation, like if you have an escalation clause, a lot of times that can create an appraisal gap.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And really, what that gap is in a market that's going up, 90-some% of the time, the appraisal takes a look at what happened over the last 6 to 12 months.
Mm-hmm.
If the market is going up, that appraisal, because they're using
Old
past sales,
Mm-hmm.
it's behind what the market really is.
Mm-hmm.
So that gap is kind of what we're talking about, from where the appraisal comes in and maybe where the property sold.
Yes. Yep. So there's just a little gap. So we have to make that up. And why does an appraisal gap happen? It happens because there's heightened buyer demand, like you said, and they haven't caught up. The appraisers don't have the data to catch up for it.
Right.
But it's the appraiser's job to make sure that they have an unbiased, they're the unbiased third party. They're telling the actual value of the property, not what you paid for because you love it, right?
Right.
So that's really important to remember.
Right. And what then sometimes can happen is, for instance, if an appraisal comes in at say $200,000 and you bought the house for $250,000,
Mm-hmm.
what will happen? You need, if you're financing it,
Yep.
the bank may require you to make up that difference of that, say, $50,000 or whatever those numbers are.
Uh-huh.
The bank almost always will take the lower of appraised or selling price.
Uh-huh.
Now, if the market's going down, you kind of got the reverse, but then the bank will take the selling price.
Okay.
But that's the gap, and people just need to be aware and be cognizant of that fact. If that selling price comes in above the appraised, they may be required to come up with some more cash.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
And especially right now, I feel like it's really important to work with a professional or work with a real estate agent who knows what these knows how to navigate these waters, knows how to give you advice if you do have a situation where you have an
Absolutely.
appraisal gap.
it's just like you want a certified appraiser. You don't want just somebody off the street saying it's worth. You want a banker involved, you want a realtor involved, and just like anything else, we aren't attorneys, we never say we are. You don't want to, you want to get a professional in their specific field to give you the very best advice that you can.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think a qualified realtor and I'll say qualified banker are two of the key things in any transaction when you're dealing with real estate.
Yeah.
We're talking big dollars.
Yeah, people's lives,
Yeah.
like all their financial freedom right there.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good.
Well, cool. All right. Well, I hope you have a good weekend, and
Yes.
we'll see you on Monday.
Sounds great. Have a great weekend. December's here. Go be nice to somebody.